game of the weekend was Duke's thrilling win over UCF. Zion Williamson got a huge bucket with 14 seconds left to pull Duke within one. He then missed a free throw, but R.J. Barrett got the offensive rebound and put back to give the Blue Devils the lead. UCF had a chance to win it, but missed 2 shots in the final seconds. Duke survives and will now face Virginia Tech in the Sweet 16. So, Shannon, well, was Duke lucky or good yesterday?
Skip ahead, you have to be a little bit of both sometimes, but this was luck. And the name of the game is survive and advance. And I think in all the championships that I can remember teams have won, they've always been one game in which you can go back and look at, they should have lost this one. How he missed the first runner and the tip didn't go in is unbeknownst to me. But give Duke credit. They were down, Skip. UFC had a 2-on-1 alley-oop. If that goes in, Skip, now you're down 6. Who knows what happens after that? They missed that. Reddish comes right back, hits a 3-point ball game, and it's ball game. I think the biggest play is when Taco when Zion got the and one. They could have easily called a foul on the push-off with a charge on Zion.
I agree.
Interesting, yeah.
Could have easily called in that.
Could have.
But in that situation, it's hard. Are you going to be the official? Because that's what you're going to be known for. You could referee 100 more college games. You're going to be known for the guy that blew the whistle on the charge on Zion Williamson. So with that being said, Skip, look, UFC gave him all they could handle. Johnny Dawkins' kid was unbelievable. I didn't know kid could play like that. I mean, I heard a little bit about him, Skip, but I didn't know he could hoop like that. He was letting it go from 3, getting to the rack. But again, it came down to one guy. One team had Zion, the other team did not. And the thing that you must do is that a lot of times people like, oh, he missed a free throw. That does not end the possession. It only ends the possession when you gain control of the ball if you were the opposing team. They didn't gain control of the ball. The left-handed guy, R.J. Barrett, grabs the rebound, puts it back up.
Got it done.
They hustle up the court. Again, how that ball did not go in, it's unbeknownst to me, Skip. This was an unbelievable game. I said, UFC is in this thing. And then Duke comes out, they make the run right before the end of the half. Then they come out, and with 7 minutes, I think they're up like 7 points. I like, Duke's going to go away. I turned away for a little while and turned back. I'm like, whoa, UFC is not going anywhere. Oh, Duke, y'all get in trouble. I like, come on, then I started rooting. I ain't have anything UFC, but I started
Somebody
rooting.
I know has bet 2 cases of Duke? 2 cases of Duke that Duke will go down.
Yeah, they're going down. Right? They're going down, they're going down, they're going down.
Yep. So did that just kill you? Just tear your heart out?
It hurt. It hurt. Because old Taco, I wanted Taco. Taco was doing it too.
I love
They're scared of me, Taco. They ain't want to see Taco inside. Taco was swatting everything. Zion tried to dunk on Taco. Taco said, no, sir, bro. You're not going to make me one of your highlight videos. It's not going to happen.
He can just stand flat-footed, right?
He could.
You don't even have to jump.
He could. And he was dunking everything, Skip. All them points were coming on dunk.
Not even hard.
So it was fun. And you know, once he went out of the ball game because Zion got the and one on him. He went out of the ball game. I don't know. Johnny Dawkins is kicking himself because all we had to do was secure the rebound, and the outcome might have been different.
True.
But you know, this is what the NCAA tournament, this is what it's all about. It's about survive and advance. Not pretty, not style, advance. And they advanced.
So, 4 times in the last 2 minutes of what turned into a great college basketball game, vintage March, and I mean madness.
Yes.
There were 4 times in the last 2 minutes I said, that's it, I'm out, I lost.
You said it 4 times?
4 times. I can give you all 4. But the point is, I've never known what this expression meant, by the skin of your teeth. I don't even know what that means. But I survived by the skin of my teeth.
Yeah.
Whatever that means, it applied to this game. Because I'm talking about barely by the skin of teeth. But Duke did get one bad call and bad break at the 2-minute mark that made it 74-70. And that was when there was the shot that looked like it was long, and I don't think it ticked the rim. So it was a shot clock violation, but Taco got the rebound and just dunked it. And they gave that to Central Florida. Well, I thought that was 2 they didn't deserve because it looked to me like, and I saw all the angles, it just looked like the basketball did not touch the rim. It hit the backboard, but it didn't touch the rim. So the shot clock should have expired, and it should have been Duke's ball going the other way without the 2 points. But they
down
gave,
4 instead of down 6.
Down 4. No, it would be down. They should have been only down 2.
Down
2, but now they're down 4. And then they come back the other way, and Trey Jones, and I said this on Friday, Duke is a horrible three-point shooting team, although Duke, as a team yesterday, made 40%. Everybody else was making that.
Well, if they make that,
except for Trey Jones.
Right.
Yeah.
Trey Jones is 1 for 8. They are just daring him. In fact, it looked to me on defense like they had Taco on Trey Jones.
They did.
And Taco would just stand under the goal and just say, I got this. You know, I got this. You shoot that. Go ahead, shoot that and shoot that and shoot that.
Correct.
He made 1 out of 8, and the one that could have been the big one was the one from the corner, and he missed it. And they get the rebound, and they get a turn into a full break. And guess who's on the receiving end is Aubrey Dawkins, who's been out of his mind the whole game. In fact, I don't know if I've ever seen a much greater performance. You go back to Bill Walton's championship game performance.
21-22.
But this is from distance, man.
Yes.
He's just unconscious. And I'm saying, too good, too good, too good. Like, they just can't overcome that because he's out of his mind. Obviously, his father played for and coached with Coach K, and he was so inspired. It was like you're watching history repeat right before your very eyes. Duke is beating Duke. Like the bloodlines, the blue bloodlines through Aubrey Dawkins is going to overcome the blue Dukies, right?
Yep.
So in this case, the ball seemed slick the whole game to me because Zion couldn't sort of get the handle on it. Every time you went to drive, the ball would be slipping. Everybody couldn't get a hold of it.
The floor looked slick because Zion fell a bunch.
He did. Everybody was slipping or losing the handle constantly. And sometimes you get in those, these games with the new basketballs, and it's just like waxy slick.
Yes.
And it's just wrong. And you're like, whoa, but you can't stop it. You can't fix it.
Yeah.
You can ask for another basketball. They're all new, and it's probably the same. So Aubrey goes up for the alley-oop dunk, and he just loses the handle.
Yep.
And he goes up, it goes right through his hands. This is it. They're done on that dunk.
Yes.
That is the exclamation point. And he loses the basketball. And as you said, Cam Reddish, and I told you on Friday, that kid can really play. He's the third wheel, but he'd be a first wheel on any other. He'd be a player of the year candidate for any other team.
Yep.
So he goes down and makes a big clutch 3. So then we got a miss on the other end and a couple of free throws. And then Zion misses a big 3, and they get the offensive rebound and give it right back to Zion. And he says, okay, I didn't do that, so I'll try this. And he just wheels it home and goes right through Taco. And again, there's all kinds of offensive fouling going on because he pushes off the other kid.
Yeah.
And then he goes right up into it, and it's close to whether that's an offense, whether it's a charge or not. But again, Taco just kind of stands up, and I don't know, did he hack him on the arms? Yeah, okay, so you get the... And then I wanted to see Zion, because I've become a big fan, cap it off with the free throw, and I got to be honest, he short-armed the free throw. It was not a pretty sight because it barely ticked the front of the rim, and RJ hooks his guy, which you can review in college basketball, so you kind of get away with the hook, but it's just, to me, that's just playing basketball. That's just physicality.
Yeah, I don't think in that situation...
You're not going to do it, but he just comes completely free in the middle of the lane and puts it right back in. And that's just destruction.
Because if you look at it closely, Skip, he just goes, the one guy that's in the front, he just goes up under the basket. And the ball hits the front of the rim and carries right to a back.
So now we get to the final play. And R.J. Barrett has Aubrey man-to-man. And Aubrey goes to set a pick, and then the other kid, what's his name, the other little BJ, he comes off, and he's going to shoot the shot.
BJ Taylor,
Yeah, and so he's going to shoot the banker, the running banker, and when it went up, I thought that's a little too hard because he's going full speed. So that lipped out, but guess what R.J. Barrett does not do to Aubrey? He just stands there. Like R.J. just stands at the top of the lane just watching the action. And guess who swoops to the hoop? He swooped and got a lot of the ball in his hand and just lays it, tips it right back up. And as soon as it started to roll around the end, I said, I lost. Because it looked like it was soft enough it was going to fall. And I don't know how it fell off the far side.
I don't know.
I don't either. I thought it was soft.
I think he came with such great force, Skip.
He did.
And then it banged off the backboard a lot harder than had he just been right up under there, Skip. But he was coming from such great distance. He knew he had to get there in a hurry. And the ball, and like I said, it's one of those days, Skip, where the basketball guards are for Duke. And you need a game like this. Because how many times have we seen, man, if they could have just got past this team?
But it's like the basketball god said, Aubrey, we're going to give you a great game, but we're not going to give you this, right?
Game.
Because in the end, He fumbles the alley-oop, and in the end, he missed the tip.
Skip, if he makes that tip, they're going to build a statue all right front.
True.
They're going to build a statue.
We're having a whole different conversation.
They're building a statue. But it was unbelievable. It came down to Zion because guess what? This is how you know Zion is the best player. He missed that three-point shot, and guess what they did?
Gave it right back to him and said, you do it.
Do it again.
Do it.
And he says, you know what? I tried a shot, but let me do what I
do.
Great.
Correct.
Which is get to the basket.
Yeah. And he said, I can't dunk on him, but I'm going to try.
Go right through it.
Yep.
And that's what you're supposed to do. You don't give a shot blocker space.
Yep.
You go right to his body.
It's true. It was something. And as he said, Coach K told me I was made for this moment, and he was. And in the end, Zion is completely unselfish. In fact, obviously, I'm rooting for Duke since I picked him to win the whole thing. It drives me a little crazy. He's not more involved in the offense on a possession-by-possession basis because he just drifts a lot of times. He's not a big part. They don't feature him. They don't say, let's get Zion the basketball.
He's cleaning up.
Okay?
Most of this
There's
stuff
a lot of cleanup.
Yes.
Okay? So look at your numbers. What happens in the end? Aubrey Dawkins winds up with 32, and it's canceled by Zion's very quiet 32, right? Yep. 32 to 32. Who knew?
Didn't feel the same.
Because when I looked at the box after the game, like 1 minute after the game, I said, Zion had 32 points?
Agree.
Because it felt like Aubrey Dawkins had 42 points, and Zion had 15, right?
And the difference is, Skip, those rebounds. You got to keep Duke off the glass.
Yep.
They're going to crash the glass, Skip.
Yep.
They're going to get a lot of second chance opportunities. So you force them to miss, and I think sometimes they're content. Oh, RJ missed, or this Cam Reddish missed, or Zion missed, but they're coming. They're crashing the glass, and so you must keep them off the glass. You must limit their second chance points because that's how they beat a lot of teams. Because I don't believe that they're not a great shooting team. They are a terrible shooting three-point team. But if you don't keep them off the glass, don't worry about it. They'll put it back, and Zion's probably going to dunk it on you.
They're also a poor free throw shooting team, and they made 7 of 12, which is barely above 50%. And it almost cost them down the stretch because they missed 3 in the last 2 minutes, or sort of the last two.
I mean, think about it, Skip. You remember the play? The guy, R.J. Barrett, was on one side, and Zion just points up. He throws the ball over the top. The guy leaps up out of the stadium, grabs the ball,